మరి కాసేపట్లోనే పార్లమెంటు సమావేశాలు ఢిల్లీలో ప్రారంభం కాబోతున్నాయి. కాసేపటి క్రితమే రాష్ట్రపతి పార్లమెంటుకి చేరుకున్నారు. లైవ్ చూద్దాం.
लोकसभा के प्रत्येक आम चुनाव के बाद प्रथम सत्र के शुरू होने से पहले और प्रत्येक वर्ष के पहले सत्र यानी कि आज के शुरू होने वाले दिन राष्ट्रपति केंद्रीय कक्ष के में संसद के दोनों सभाओं को संबोधित करते हैं, वो भी आवंटित किया जाता है। प्रधानमंत्री, मंत्रिमंडल के सदस्य, लोकसभा के उपाध्यक्ष, राज्यसभा के उपसभापति को जो पहली पंक्ति है वहां स्थान आवंटित किया जाता है। अन्य मंत्रियों को भी एक साथ स्थान आवंटित किया जाता है। लोकसभा और राज्यसभा में विपक्ष के नेता को भी प्रथम पंक्ति में ही स्थान आवंटित किया जाता है। अन्य दलों और ग्रुपों के नेताओं को भी उपयुक्त स्थान दिया जाता है। सभापति तालिका के सदस्य और संसदीय समितियों के अध्यक्षों को दूसरी पंक्ति में स्थान आवंटित किया जाता है। ये परंपरा रही है कि राष्ट्रपति के अभिभाषण के समय कोई सदस्य केंद्रीय कक्ष को बीच में छोड़कर नहीं जाएगा।
सभासदों, महामहिम राष्ट्रपति जी,
Honorable members, in this Basant session of renewal and growth, I welcome you all to the joint sitting of the two houses of the Parliament. I am confident that your deliberations will live up to the trust reposed in us by our fellow citizens. And going forth, we will all be partners in the progress and development of our great country. During my address to the joint sitting last year, I had outlined the visionary initiatives undertaken by my government towards building an India that strides into the future with confidence. A strong and forward-looking India that places within the reach of its people the opportunities and development promised by our Constitution. The development philosophy is captured in Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, the fundamental tenet which guides my government. Dindayal Upadhyay spoke of Ekatma Manvata Darshan, which envisages Antodaya, where the empowering ray of opportunity reach the last person. This principle guides all the programs of my government. My government in particular is focused on Garibon ki Unnati, Kisano ki Samriddhi and Yuvaon ko Rozgar. Honorable members, the overriding goal of my government is poverty eradication. Gandhiji said, and I quote, "Poverty is the worst form of violence," unquote. The essence of progress lies in bringing sense of fulfillment to the poor and the deprived, the marginalized and vulnerable sections of the society. The poorest of the poor are entitled to the first charge on the nation's resources. Removing the scourge of poverty and destitution is our most sacred responsibility. My government is pledged to making this goal possible through financial inclusion and social security, the two wings on which human aspiration takes flight. To this end, my government has placed great emphasis on food security, housing for all, and subsidies that reach those who need them the most when they need them the most. Last year, I had spoken of the ambitious Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Today, I am proud to say that it is the world's most successful financial inclusion programs. Under the program, out of over 21 crore accounts opened, 15 crore accounts are operational with an aggregate deposit of over rupees 32,000 crores. The program has gone beyond mere opening of bank accounts to becoming a platform for poverty eradication by offering basic financial services and security to the poor. To universalize social security, my government has launched 3 new insurance and pension schemes, namely the Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, the Pradhan Mantri Jivan Jyoti Bima Yojana, and the Atal Pension Yojana, which afford insurance cover to hitherto uncovered sections of the society. Government is committed to provide housing for all by 2022. The Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, launched on June 25, 2015, envisages construction of around 2 crore houses to benefit primarily slum dwellers, urban poor, and people from economically weaker sections and lower income groups of society. The mission intends to cover all 4,041 statutory towns in coming 5 years. In its first year alone, 2,011 townships in 27 states have been included under this mission. A total of over 4,25,000 houses have been sanctioned with a project cost of over rupees 24,600 crore. Targeted subsidies ensure that benefits reach the deserving. Direct benefit transfer has so far been extended to 42 schemes funded by my government. PAHAL has become the largest direct cash transfer program of its kind in the world, with nearly 15 crore beneficiaries. Since June 2014, the food security coverage has more than doubled to cover over 68 crore persons. The Give Up campaign, in tandem with the Give Back program, has released subsidized fresh connections to 50 lakh BPL families. More than 62 lakh LPG consumers have voluntarily surrendered their LPG subsidy under the campaign. The highest number of new cooking gas connections to the rural poor were distributed in 2015. Dr. Ambedkar had said, and I quote, "Political democracy cannot last unless there lies in the base of it a social democracy," unquote. Social justice with inclusion is the first promise of our Constitution, and the poor and the backward are the focus of my government. The Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act has been further strengthened by suitable amendments. The 125th birth anniversary of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is being celebrated across the country to foster the spirit of social inclusion. 26th of November, the day on which the Constitution was adopted, is now celebrated as Constitution Day to deepen constitutional values amongst the citizens of the country. My government is working to preserve the Panch Tirthas, the 5 sites of Dr. Ambedkar's legacy. Education empowers people, and to serve this end, my government has allocated more than 50% of the Ministry of Minority Affairs budget to the scholarship funds. 2 new schemes, Nai Manjil and Ustad, aimed to empower the minorities, have been launched. Currently, about 20,000 madrasa children are undergoing the skill training under the Nai Manjil scheme. Everlasting Flame, an exhibition to showcase the history and the culture of the Parsi community, is being organized next month. Honorable members, Kisano ki Samriddhi, the well-being of farmers, is vital to the nation's prosperity. Acknowledging the fundamental reality, my government has renamed the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperation as the Ministry of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers' Welfare, and taken several measures for the same. My government has recently launched the farmer-friendly Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana with the highest ever government's contribution to crop insurance and the lowest ever premium rates for farmers. It has many firsts to its credit, like national coverage of post-harvest losses due to inundation and unseasonal rains, no capping on government subsidy and use of technology to early and accurate settlement of claims. Assistance to farmers afflicted by natural calamity has been increased by 50% and eligibility norms have been relaxed. Soil health cards will be distributed to all 14 crore farm holders by March 2017 and will result in judicious application of fertilizer, lowering input costs and bettering soil health. To promote organic farming, Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana is being implemented, under which 8,000 clusters have been developed so far. The Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana promises assured irrigation, expanding cultivated areas by improving water use efficiency and enabling drought-proofing. My government is committed to the philosophy of per drop, more crop, and Jal Sanchay for Jal Sinchan. To provide the best market price to farmers, the Unified National Agricultural Market is working towards setting up a common e-market platform to connect 585 regulated wholesale markets, thereby making India one food zone, one country, one market. This will immensely benefit our farmers in getting fair and remunerative prices. Targeted policy interventions in the last year have brought down sugarcane area from over rupees 21,000 crore to rupees 1,800 crore. My government notified the new urea policy 2015 with the objective of maximizing indigenous production and improving energy efficiency. The policy will lead to additional production of 17 lakh metric tons annually in the next 3 years. Providing 100% neem-coated urea has not only improved efficiency, but has also helped in plugging subsidy leakages by preventing illegal diversion of subsidized urea to non-agricultural use. The highest ever urea fertilizer production was achieved in 2015. My government recognizes the important role of animal husbandry, dairy and fisheries sections in the socio-economic development of the country. India continues to be the highest milk-producing country with an impressive growth rate of 6.3%. Implementation of the Poultry Venture Capital Fund and rural backward poultry development has led to highest ever egg production. A blue revolution is underway to ensure the integrated development and management of fisheries with a central outlay of rupees 3,000 crores. To fully harness the agricultural potential of eastern states, the government is taking several steps to usher in second green revolution in the region. My government has taken steps for strengthening agricultural higher education, setting up 109 new KVKs and 3 new Agriculture Technology Application Research Institute. A 24/7 Kishan channel has been launched to provide information on policy initiatives, prices, and other agriculture-related subjects for the benefit of farmers. The food processing sector helps farmers' income, helps increase farmers' income. The Food Processing Fund has been operationalized last year to provide affordable credit to designated food parks. In the last 19 months, 5 new mega food parks have been operationalized. Under the cold chain scheme, 33 projects have been made operational during the last 18 months. Rural development is one of our top priorities. The grant of over rupees 2 lakh crores by the 14th Finance Commission over a 5-year period from 2015-16 exclusively for Gram Panchayats has been received with great enthusiasm by the states. This will move development activity closer to the people and enable them to decide how they want to improve their villages and wards. Pranab Mukherjee Urban Mission has also been launched for 300 rural growth clusters for developing skills and local entrepreneurship and providing infrastructure amenities. Honorable members, youth are the future of our country, and ensuring युवाओं को रोजगार through massive employment generation is a top goal for my government. We are driving job creation through an integrated set of initiatives, including Make in India, Startup India, Mudra, Skill India, etc. My government innovative initiatives have helped India jump up 12 places in the latest ranking of the World Bank on ease of doing business. Notably, the Make in India initiative has achieved a 39% increase in FDI inflow despite an adverse global investment climate. My government has fostered competitive cooperation among various states to enhance ease of doing business. State governments are being encouraged and supported to simplify procedures, introduce e-enabled process, and invest in infrastructure to improve investment climate. Procedures have been simplified to enhance ease of approvals and clearances. Dedicated commercial courts and commercial division in high courts have been established. For speedy resolution of the commercial disputes, the long overdue amendments to the Arbitration Act have been made. Micro, small and medium enterprises provide large-scale employment. Banks have cumulatively disbursed over rupees 1 lakh crore to more than 2.6 crore borrowers under the PM's Mudra Yojana, of which 2.07 crore are women entrepreneurs. Udyog Aadhaar portal has been set up to facilitate online registration of MSMEs. My government has decided to set up rural livelihood and technology business incubators to boost entrepreneurship in the agriculture and rural sector. The Startup Village Entrepreneurship Program is a new vertical to strengthen the livelihoods of artisans and weavers. In its first phase, about 1.82 lakh village enterprises will be created and strengthened in 125 blocks across 24 states, creating employment for about 3.78 lakh persons. To strengthen the employment-intensive segments of textile industry, my government has launched an amended Technology Upgradation Fund scheme with an allocation of about rupees 18,000 crore over a 7-year period. A series of reforms have been initiated to help convert job seekers into job creators. My government has launched the Startup India campaign, which would deepen, expand and support the innovation ecosystem in the country. The Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme has been revamped to ensure the efficient disbursements of wages, increased transparency and creation of productive assets. Mission Antoday, an intensive participatory planning exercise, has reached 2,569 most backward blocks to identify the kind of assets to be created. My government's mission of skilling India has gained momentum, and during the last year, about 76 lakh persons have been trained. Honorable members, my government aims to create a Shikshit, Swasth and Swachh Bharat, an educated, healthy and clean India, in a reflection of how the spirit of Swachh Bharat has manifested in our primary schools. Over 4,17,000 functional toilets for girls and boys have been constructed. New institutions of excellence in higher education have been set up. 2 Indian institutes of technology, 6 Indian institutes of management, 1 Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, and 1 National Institute of Technology have started functioning. My government has given impetus to research through the launch of Imprint India, whereby scientific goalposts have been identified in 10 fields of research ranging from defense to sustainable living. To enable increased interaction between foreign faculty and our students under the aegis of Gyan, my government in the first cycle invited 400 foreign academicians to teach in India. National institutional ranking framework has been launched for higher educational institutions. The National Scholarship Portal provides a one-stop platform for applications of all scholarships. Sports is the best way to Swasth India. My government successfully hosted the 12th South Asian Games from 5th to 16th February 2016 at Guwahati and Shillong, in which more than 3,500 sports persons from all the SAARC countries participated. The Games were the biggest ever sporting event in the Northeast India. I am happy to inform that we have successfully eliminated maternal and neonatal tetanus well before the global targeted time limit of December 2015. The largest number of children ever fully immunized in a single year was in 2015. My government is leveraging Kayakalp, an inter-institution ranking system, to bring about extensive improvement in cleanliness in our health institutions, reduction of hospital-acquired infections, and better service delivery. My government has placed strong focus on holistic health care, strengthening Ayurveda, yoga and naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Shwa Rigappa, and homeopathy systems of medicine. The first International Day of Yoga was celebrated on 21st June 2015 world over with immense enthusiasm. To address the problems of malnutrition in a holistic manner, my government is ensuring convergence of the actions of various ministries and programs with a clear focus on measurable outcome. Infrastructure required to effective implementation of the Integrated Child Development Scheme is being strengthened in convergence with other programs. 2 lakh Anganwadi buildings are being constructed in 2,534 most backward blocks under Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme over a period of 4 years. My government has launched the Sugamma Bharat Abhiyan as a nationwide campaign for achieving universal accessibility, for ensuring that persons with disabilities participate in all areas of community life. During the last year, 342 camps were conducted, aids and assistive devices have been distributed to over 1.7 lakh persons with disabilities. This Swachh Bharat mission, with its focus on behavioral change is becoming a community movement to herald an overall change in the quality of life and well-being of the people, particularly the poor, focusing on generating wealth from waste. My government has formulated policies on mandatory procurement of power from the waste to energy plants, co-marketing of compost by chemicals and fertilizer companies, and the construction and demolition waste. My government firmly believes that economic development and environment protection can coexist. At the crucial climate summit in Paris, India's position for climate justice, sustainable lifestyles, and clean development were widely supported. Real-time online monitoring of 1,487 industries and industrial units in 17 highly polluting categories and of Ganga water quality has started. To reduce air pollution, target for emission standards for motor vehicles have been drastically brought down to achieve Bharat's Stage 6 norm by 2021. The Project Tiger coverage has been expanded, and the latest estimation shows an increase of 30% over the last count. My government has launched Jal Kranti Abhiyan, a people-centric program to spread awareness on water conservation and management involving all stakeholders, including Gram Panchayats. As part of the Namami Gange program, my government is implementing several projects in all 118 cities and complete sanitation solutions for 1,649 Gram Panchayats on the banks of the Holy Ganga. Honorable members, my government has taken several measures to improve the quality of governance. Significant steps have been taken to reform institutions, simplify procedures, and repeal obsolete laws. Close to 1,800 obsolete legislations are at various stages of repeal. Niti Aayog is actively engaging with states in policy formulation in the true spirit of cooperative federalism. People's participation in policy making through initiatives like MyGov has now taken firm roots. My government has taken up an initiative for providing 500 e-governance services through public-private partnership in 12 states of the country. My government has dispensed with interviews for posts at junior levels in Government of India to ensure absolute transparency in recruitment to government jobs. While on the one hand, my government has taken measures to eliminate the scope for corruption, on the other hand, it has been unsparing in punishing those who are found guilty of corruption. Stringent amendments to the Prevention of the Corruption Act are also on the anvil to address the perceived gaps in the anti-corruption law. Honorable members, robust infrastructure development unlocks opportunities for all. My government has initiated the Smart Cities programs, emphasizing city development in a challenge mode. In the first phase of the Smart City program, 20 cities have been selected after intense competition among 98 cities. Second and third phases of the program are on the anvil. To enhance the availability of clean energy, my government has emphasized increasing the renewable energy capacity manifold to 175 gigawatt by 2022 by encouraging various initiatives including offshore wind energy policy, bundling of thermal power with solar power, setting up solar parks in states, etc. Installed solar capacity has almost doubled in the last 20 months and crossed 5,000 megawatt. Today, under my government, solar power is affordable and accessible to thousands of people. Since this government assumed office, energy shortage have been reduced from 4 to 2.